You know what's wild? The guy who revolutionized basketball's pace of play, who built dynasties without ever winning a title, and who had players like Dirk Nowitzki saying he believed in them before they believed in themselves, he's gone. Don Nelson, the man who made small ball a thing before it was cool, passed away last week. But here's the kicker, his legacy isn't just about wins and losses. It's about how he reshaped the game's DNA, and how his fingerprints are still on every fast break offense in the league today. Let me break this down for you. Think about this, Nelson coached for 31 seasons, had over 1,300 wins, and yet he never won an NBA championship. That's not just rare, it's almost unheard of. How does someone with that kind of success not hoist a trophy? Well, maybe because he was too busy building the future. Take the Mavericks in the late 90s. They hadn't been to the playoffs in a decade. But Nelson saw something in a European kid named Dirk Nowitzki and a point guard with a penchant for flashy passes. He made those trades, and suddenly Dallas became one of the most exciting teams in the league. But here's what's fascinating, he stepped down before they even won a title. Why? Because he was already thinking ahead. He knew the next generation would take the torch. And they did. Nowitzki's career. That's a direct result of Nelson's faith in him. You didn't just draft me. You believed in me. That's not just a quote, it's a testament to how Nelson saw potential where others saw limitations. And let's talk about his coaching philosophy. The Nellie Ball style. It wasn't just about speed, it was about redefining what a basketball team could be. He trusted smaller, faster players to outmaneuver bigger opponents. It was radical for its time. The Warriors, we believe, run in 2007. That was his blueprint. An 8th seed upsetting the top seed? That's the kind of chaos he thrived on. But here's the deeper question, why did that style work so well? Because he understood that basketball wasn't just about brute strength anymore. It was about spacing, movement, and creating mismatches. Sound familiar? That's the same playbook modern coaches like Steve Kerr use today. Nelson was decades ahead of his time. But don't forget his playing days. He wasn't just a coach, he was a 5-time champion with the Celtics. A guy who averaged 10 points a game while playing alongside legends like Bill Russell. Yet, his coaching career is what defines him. Why? Because as a player, he was part of a dynasty. As a coach, he built the framework for future dynasties. That's the difference between being a part of history and shaping it. And that's what makes him so unique. He wasn't just a winner, he was a visionary. What's even more telling is how his peers and players remember him. Nowitzki's tribute. It's raw, heartfelt, and full of gratitude. But it's also a reminder that Nelson's impact wasn't just about XS and OS. It was about trust, mentorship, and giving players the freedom to be themselves. In an era where coaches often micromanage, Nelson's approach was refreshingly hands-off. He let his players play. And that's why they trusted him. So here's the thing, when we talk about legends, we often focus on titles. But Don Nelson's story is a reminder that legacy isn't always about the trophies. It's about the systems you build, the people you inspire, and the way you change the game forever. And if you think about it, that's the real victory. The kind that outlives the scoreboard.